Hey, welcome, all my right thinkers. Thanks for tuning in to check out your boy, P-Funk. Thinking right out here in my life. Well, I do what I do for you. Today, writers in 25 rules live by storytelling, story with a message in the story for life. I'm giving life lessons. You tune into receiving them. We got a good thing going. Let's rock. Right thinkers' mission is to enlighten, inspire, educate, and motivate you, the individual, to a higher spiritual level of enlightenment. Right thinking is way of life through mental and spiritual discipline daily will help and guide you to obtain your goal of reaching spiritual enlightenment, aka know thyself. My mission is to get that information to you. Yours is to use it and do what you need to do for you. Like I tell you, it's all up to you to do the things you got to do. I'm just giving you the information and the tools to do that. Let's rock. Idea of knowing thyself, you have to wake up and be a better you, is to know you. Okay? Know your worth. Okay, know your worth. How much are you valued? How much do you value yourself? Let's go. A person who knows not and knows not that they know not is foolish. Know value yourself. Disregard them. A person who knows not and knows that they know not is simple. You teach them. That's why I do what I do. I got you. Stay tuned. A person who knows not and believe that they know is foolish. Is dangerous. Foolish too, but dangerous. Avoid them. I do. A person who knows but knows not that they know is asleep. Most people by this time of the morning, but I can wake you up. I'm a spiritual alarm clock. I give you knowledge of self so that you can wake up to yourself. A person who knows and knows that they know is wise. Follow them. All these persons reside in you. I think to know thyself and to Maya be true. Always stay true to yourself. If you can do that, God understands why, because He knows your heart. As long as you're sincere and true to Him, everything else take care of itself. But remember, stay true to yourself. Let's go. Right thinkers. Talking about being true. Nice segue. Let's talk about the question I'm asking most of the people. Are you serving God or are you serving yourself? AKA your ego. Yeah, because I'm gonna keep putting these ego lessons together because I'm trying to get you to understand what that thing is. Okay, so here we go again. I'm trying to break you out to understanding the ego, how and why it works the way it works. Let's go. To become enlightened is the way to know thyself and also serve God, higher power. I'm saying God now, I want to emphasize the concept of God. The right way to serve God is to what? Become aware of thyself, aka God. Know Him through studying, living, and being, and you will know God for yourself. That's how it's done. He'll make Himself known to you if you do the right thing. I didn't go to Him. He came to me. I just did the things that would bring Him to me. That's what I teach you. Not to go looking for Him. Nope. He'll find you. Do the right thing. Like in my movie Crossroads. If you want to find the devil, everybody know how to find him. You go down to the Delta and you do what you do and he'll come. All you got to do is wake up every day, get your routine, serve Him, and guess what? He'll come. I'm guaranteeing you that. We are given consciousness. That's free will by God. He gave us that for a reason. Why? To know Him and yourself. Right thinking philosophy does just that. I want you to know you and God are one. Everything is on the one. And I hear everybody talking about the all, the one, the absolute. You call it what you want. We still know it's one God, the most high God. I could care less about that. I understand and I know God the way I know and perceive Him that works for me. You can have any kind of concept you want. You can use any belief system that you want. It's not a big deal to me. I'm just telling you the one that I know. Okay. Knowledge is the way to God. That I do know. That's what I'm pushing along with what? You got to live and do good deeds and live a righteous lifestyle. That's what I do. Nothing special. I'm not running around here telling me how good I am. No, no, no. You just do it. You do what you do, and He'll do what He do for you. The best way to serve God, watch this, is what? to know him for yourself. Why? Because it's a personal relationship. And once you have it, you will have a personal direct line to God. I don't need nobody to get to God for me. Respectfully, I have a pastor. If I want to be prayed for, that's who I call. I can pray for myself, and I usually do. But if you want God-fearing man to do that for you, that's what the pastors do. That's why I exclude myself from being a preacher and a teacher. I want to give you information that you can use and do for yourself. I ain't trying to put hands on you. I ain't trying to heal you. I'm just trying to enlighten and educate you. That's as far as I'm going. That's why I teach. Please understand that. All right, here you go. Now, your ego is not a good leader. Oh, I can do this all my life. Or ego. That's what the ego say. All right, here you go. I'm real good on this ego thing. Watch this. I used to be led by my ego. Before I became spiritually enlightened, I was the most devious, deceitful, underhanded, wooden person you could imagine. Why? That's what I thought was all about. That was my street acumen. That was the world in which I grew up in. That's the world I created for myself. I became the most devious person ever, but nobody knew. But guess who knew? And he let me do that. I learned how to defeat my ego. There we go. When? How'd you do it? With spiritual knowledge. Teaching, learning, and understanding lessons that will help you in life. When I did that, everything changed. I became favorable with my luck. Things started to change in my life, and it's been going that way ever since. This is why I do what I do every day. I know it works. Right thinking philosophy is all about controlling what? Your ego, that thing between your ears that you identify yourself with that nobody understands, so you can save yourself. Why? If you don't control that ego, the ego kills. Right? I use my ego. Watch this. Now I use my ego to do my what? Bidding. It works for me. Not vice versa. I keep explaining to you, and the best example is when some days I don't want to get up. You ain't feeling it. Okay, now I kick in the ego. Why? He always works. He always ready to go. He's always willing to do what he do. He do. So when I say ego, showtime, I'm up, moving, grooving, doing I got to thing. I'm right in front of this screen right now because of my ego today. Perfect example. I used it today. Your ego is you thinking you're God, not knowing your higher self. See, ego is all about the me, the I. I keep explaining that to you. The acronym for ego says edging God out. When you do that, you're doing you. You're self-serving. I was a self-server for a long time. I served the ego, and the ego just love it. It love it when it got you under control. Why? Because it's getting its way. That's all the ego wants is its way. Most of us don't know of our ego. Some women don't think they even have an ego. They are wrong, ignorant of what their higher self, aka God. If you believe in God, but don't believe in the ego, you're never going to reach to God. Why? Because the ego will shut-stop you. If you don't know him, he's the one that's blocking you. He's going to be whatever your fear is. And fear is just what? False evidence appearing real. A lot of times, we make up stuff to scare ourselves. Fabricated ideas. Living in the future. Worrying about something that hasn't even happened yet. That's all ego. Not knowing your ego, not knowing you're ego-driven is being self-serving. You do you, not God. So if you're egoistic, if you're ego-driven, and your success comes from your egoistic ways, you're not changing until when? And when you're going to need your higher self, When everything goes wrong, you call God. When everything's going good, you don't need God. That's because you got everything material. God is spiritual. He could care less about the material world. But when you come to the spiritual world and you're going to come there, he sits there like I did with my kids. I just sit and wait. You got to come through me. You cannot get around your higher self, a.k.a. God. So please understand that. All right, here you go. I used the ego trip, thinking I was God. I was right, but wrong thinking. I wasn't God. I was playing God. Me. I'm thinking it's all about me. So I learned that lesson also. When I realized I had to put my ego in check, that's when my life changed. I'm here to tell you firsthand, if you don't humble yourself, it's part of the ego. Because the ego makes you braggadocious. Ego makes you swell up. Me, I. You get real bold. But guess what? I swell even bigger now with what? With God. Ego, like a puffer fish. It swells up and after a while they go back down. That's when you get them. God, when you swell up, you don't go back down. You stay swole. I'm still walking around on my God high from 7 years ago. Understand that. All right. I have my ego working for me now. Perfect example, just this morning, I'm here because the ego got me up. Other than that, I might have laid up in bed and wait till the sun come up. Because I had a long night, late night, sometimes it drags on. I beat it what? Sit the ego. Ego, let's go. That's why I use it to my benefit. I don't let it control me where I walk around thinking it's all about me. That's the ego leader leading the way. Humble, you walk quietly, you respectfully deal with people. That's righteous living. That's right thinking, philosophy. All right, here you go. I serve, watch this, my higher self, a.k.a. God, not my lower ego self. Meaning, it ain't about me. If I did me, what I wanted to do my ego, man, I wouldn't be here right now. I could not be a right thinker if I didn't have my ego in check. That I can guarantee. There's been a few times that I want to do what I do. Remember, where I come from, that's how we handle our business. I'm learning to let God handle my business, and he's doing a good job. So I'm not taking on the job no more. God's got it. My favorite record, yeah. Everything in God's got it. Anything that putting God in control, I'm with it. Why? I know that now. All right, watch this. When you live Maya, a.k.a. right thinking philosophy, you're serving God when? Daily. Why? Because you're going to get up every day and do what you need to do to serve your higher self. That's what I live for. I don't live for me. I live to serve. Okay, big difference in the mindset once you become a true follower, all right? Or a true believer, whatever you want to call it. I know how to serve God daily. Now, after all these years of practicing, I'm getting better at it. I actually enjoy doing what I do now. So, in the beginning, it's a little rough. I am what? I'm God-driven. To enlighten all those who are in need of knowledge of self, a.k.a. right thinking philosophy. I travel. I will bring it to you. I will do what I need to do to get it to you. If you want it, I get it to you. Okay? By any means necessary. As my boy Malcolm would tell you. Getting my people knowledge by any means necessary is my goal. Okay? I teach what I know. Watch this. Not what I believe. I know spiritual truth. I practice and study and live them. So I know them. Trust me on that one. Everything I do for you is to help you to know you and God are one for yourself. Me knowing that don't help you. Me helping you find that out for yourself is what I do for you. That's why my motto is I do what I do for you. I'm trying to help you. A God-serving, God-fearing people are not here to hurt. We're here to help. I got a new word I learned from my man, Prayer Forward in the morning. I'm about to go back and talk to him in a few minutes. But yeah, it's called hope. I am hope. You know why? I help other people everywhere. I like that's a new acronym I just picked up, so I'm adding that to the list of right thinking rules. See? I learn as I go too. If it's good, I'm using it. Why? It's a tool that I can use to help my right thinkers improve themselves with a concept that works for them. Simple. when I'm studying to teach. I'm learning so I can teach it. So I gotta grasp it, conceive it, and then I do my thing with it. Okay, so that's what I do. Oh yeah. Last one, about to wrap it up again. I appreciate you. I control my ego. It don't control me. That's right thinking's philosophy. If you want to be you, your best you, the first thing you need to do is conquer you, aka the ego. There you go. I'm better at being my best self because of my ego, which I have under control. After practice, practice, and more practice, you'll get better at it. My pastor gives me biblical knowledge that I use, and I'm telling you, personally, it works. That's why I say any religion concept, if you follow it, works. It's made for that purpose. The whole thing is for you to follow it and understand it. My right thinker only works if you practice it. You implement it. Talking about it, thinking about it, it don't do nothing like prayer. With no works, it means nothing. Put the work in. Do what you need to do for you. You're going to benefit. I don't benefit from you becoming your best self. You do. You don't benefit from me doing my best work. I do. Being spiritually enlightened is the goal of all my right thinkers. I want you to be awake to who you are and what you can do for yourself. That's why I do what I do for you. All enlightened ones are what? God's service. Why? When you know him, you will praise him, you will live right, do right. Why? Because now you know him for yourself. There's no more belief, there's no more faith. You know. So when you know, now you start doing work. So you get on your feet and you start walking. Walking for who? Your higher self. Doing for who? Your higher self. That's the difference in being a God servant or you serving yourself. All you want to do is money, you want the good stuff, that's you. Fancy car, big house, nice looking chick on your arm. That's all ego tripping. Trust me. When you're humble, you're meek, you're mild, all that don't mean nothing to you. I hate getting all dressed up and now why? That ain't me. This is me. Being a master of self means you know God and you serve God for yourself. Why? Because you're the one going to reap the rewards if you do the right thing like I do. Stay tuned. I got more for you. Trust me.